There's some really exciting information in this session.
其實喺下一節咧，將會有一啲好令人興奮嘅資料嘅，
Especially if you like to dive into the science.
尤其係對科學有興趣、想鑽研嘅人。
So our topic is Genesis, genetics and carbon dating.
題目就係創世、基因學同埋碳定年法。
So it's sort of like two parts to the talk.
呢個講座分開兩個部分。
So I want to start with Genesis 3 verse 20.
我哋由呢個創世記3章20節開始。
The man called his wife's name Eve because she was the mother of all living.
亞當給他妻子起名叫夏娃，因她是眾生之母。
And we find that the Bible indicates that all people in the world today came from Adam and Eve in the beginning.
所以聖經話俾我哋聽，今日我哋所有地上嘅人類都係由亞當夏娃而生嘅。
So we see our family tree is like this.
我哋喺呢度睇到一個嘅家族譜。
Adam and Eve had sons and daughters.
亞當夏娃有佢嘅仔女啦。
And then 1,656 years later, the flood happened with Noah and his family.
然後1650年後，洪水發生，涉及挪亞同佢嘅家人。
After the flood, God instructed the people to fill the earth, to spread out and fill the earth.
洪水之後，神吩咐人們要分散全地，遍滿地球。
They refused to do so, and they built this tower at Babel.
但係咧，佢哋即係唔願意分散啦，咁佢哋仲起咗一個叫巴別塔。
So God came and confused their languages, causing them to split up.
所以神咧變亂佢哋口音，令到佢哋分開。
We can see that there's about 16 different family groups at Babel.
我哋可以睇到巴比塔大約有16個唔同嘅家族群體。
So it's possible that God split up their languages according to their family groups.
所以有可能係神根據佢哋嘅家族群體去將佢哋嘅語言分開。
That would give you 16 root languages from which all the languages today have derived.
咁就可以得到16種原始語言。而家所有嘅語言都係由呢啲原始嘅語言衍生出嚟。
And then from those family groups, we have the development of different cultural groups around the world today.
所以呢個唔同嘅組別嘅即係分開咧，就衍生咗我哋今日見到唔同嘅民族。
And we'll look at the genetics that shows that that's the case.
我哋睇今日人類嘅基因咧，都係可以睇到呢一個痕跡嘅。
I promised you earlier that I'll show you a short video about the ape men.
我一早應承過大家，我會俾大家睇一段關於猿人嘅短片。
So many people believe this, that this is their great-great-great-great-grandmother.
好多人咧今日都相信呢個圖呢個猿猴係我哋嘅真祖母。
So here's a short video that counteracts that view that there are ape men. There are no ape men.
呢一段短片反駁咗有人認為猿人嘅觀點，其實根本係冇猿人。
So this video is created by Creation Ministries International in Australia.
即係呢一個 video 係由澳洲 CMI 嘅製作團隊而造成。
But the group here in Hong Kong put the Cantonese on it.
我哋香港嘅團隊咧就將佢配咗成廣東話。
Here we go.
係，我哋一齊睇。
你好有可能曾經喺教科書、T 恤、汽水廣告同好多地方見過呢張圖片，但我想同你講，如果你好老實面對而家科學嘅證據，呢幅圖應該係咁樣。等我解釋俾你聽。左邊嘅大家認為係最早出現嘅猿，叫做元康修爾猿；右邊嘅就係人類，亦都叫做智人。但係去解釋圖片中間呢啲生物嘅科學證據喺邊度呢？點樣去解釋呢啲過渡物種？我哋一齊揾答案啊！我哋先從尼安德塔亞種開始，亦都叫做尼安德塔人。近年發現尼安德塔人會製造銅帶珠寶，會彈樂器，會用工具，仲會化妝添。我哋亦都發現佢哋嘅腦袋嘅容量比平均現代人仲要大。換句話嚟講，尼安德塔人其實就係人。咁直立人呢？ 近年研究發現，直立人係會製造工具，會從事藝術，會用言語溝通，又會造船同出海。換句話嚟講，直立人都係人。我哋等一陣先討論巧人。首先，我想你睇下呢個先。你有冇聽過露西啊？佢係最廣為人知嘅人猿，喺博物館都有展覽，係其中一個首次發現嘅亞法藍猿種。但證據顯示係咪咁嘅呢？佢嘅面部傾斜，頭骨同人類完全唔同，手指骨彎曲同人類唔同，腳趾骨彎曲同人類唔同。手腕關節嘅結構係適合佢哋用手指關節爬行，亦都有適合喺樹上生活嘅膝頭結構。所以露西同佢嘅同類都係喺活躍喺樹上，同今日嘅猿類係同一類。露西係一種已經絕種嘅猿，所以可以見到智人、尼安德塔人同直立人都係人，亞法藍猿同元康修爾猿都係猿。考慮到進化論嘅普及程度，我哋真係好需要實質嘅證據去證明巧人嘅存在。關鍵係演變過程，由彎腰爬行到直立行走，由原始本能到有理性嘅思考，由動物叫聲到有系統嘅語言能力之間嘅轉捩點。但係個問題係，引用古人類學家伊恩塔特索爾嘅話，巧人可以話係一個垃圾桶，係一個方便裝住各種雜感人形圓形化石嘅容器。科學家會將佢當係一個垃圾袋，因為嗰啲骸骨實質只係由唔同人類同猿類嘅骸骨混合物。簡單嚟講，巧人從來冇存在過。我認為進化論學者帕納德伍德作咗一個好好嘅結論，就係現代猿進化成人嘅理論實在太簡單而美麗，即使只係一個謊言，專家都唔願意放棄。但其實只係一個假象。既然猿人進化論冇充分嘅證據去支持，點解人仲未咁樣做，或者咁樣做？其實正如創世記第1章所講，人同猿一直以來都係共存，跟隨住創造嘅種類各自繁殖，唔係更好嘅解釋咩？
So you want to see that again, then go to Iagonac Productions and you can watch it again.
你可以上我哋嘅網站啦 ，Iagonac Productions 去再睇一次嘅重溫嘅。
And a slight correction that production was done in Brisbane by Neville.
少少嘅更正啦，其實係後世嘅製作咧係Level 喺澳洲即係 Brisbane 嗰度做嘅，配音都係。
But the voice is actually a member of our church we go to in Brisbane. So the Cantonese-speaking congregation are one of the people in that
係啦，個配
congregation.
音員咧其實就係佢哋教會嘅其中一個弟兄，佢哋都認識嘅。
So one of the people in the congregation was the voice that did that. So
所以係啦，佢借咗佢把聲去做呢個。
a team effort.
係啦，呢個係團隊合作。
So what about the idea that humans and chimps are very similar in their DNA?
有一個講法就係人類同埋黑猩猩咧有一個好近似嘅 DNA 嘅基因。
And you probably heard the story that we're only 1% different or 1.6%.
你大概都聽過人類同黑猩猩嘅 DNA 係大概有1% 嘅唔同。
And that does not sound like very much, does it?
聽起來咧好似唔係好多咁樣。
But it's actually a big difference.
其實1% 都係一個好大嘅分別。
In terms of paperback-sized books, this is how many paperback-sized books that would be.
就以瓶裝書大小嘅書嚟講，呢個就係幾多本瓶裝書嘅大小。
Because we have 3 billion letters on our DNA.
人類嘅 DNA 大概有30億個字母嘅，
So 1.6% difference, that's how much?
所以1.6% 咧其實就係有100本嘅乒乓書咁多。
But that's old information.
呢個係舊嘅資料嚟嘅。
The full DNA sequence is published just this year, and it's 15% different.
完整嘅 DNA 序列係今年先啱啱公佈嘅，人類嘅 DNA 同黑猩猩嘅 DNA 有15%嘅差異。
That's more than 940 books of information.
嗰度咧有超過940本書嘅資料唔同。
Now, even the 1% difference was a problem for evolution.
就算係1% 嘅唔同咧，都係進化論一個好大問題。
But 15% is a huge problem.
15% 咧就係一個更大嘅問題。
So the evolutionists are trying to argue against this.
好多嘅進化論者咧，佢嘗試去喺呢個地方嗰度去反駁。
They argue, for example, that the big differences are in DNA that doesn't matter, it has no function.
好，因為佢哋講就係佢哋嘅大分別嘅地方其實係冇作用嘅，唔重要嘅。
But the evidence is that at least 80% of the DNA is functional.
但證據表明，至少有80%嘅 DNA 具有功能，
And it's probably 100% functional.
可能係100%都具有功能。
Scientists are gradually showing that more and more of the DNA is functional.
好多嘅科學家咧開始去發現到人類嘅 DNA 咧係每一度嘅地方都係有作用嘅，
So this is a big problem.
所以一個係好大嘅問題。
But not for me. It's not a problem for me.
但係唔係我哋嘅問題。
Now, in looking at the difference between chimps and humans, we're supposed to have a common ancestor with chimps.
所以我哋睇人類同埋黑猩猩嘅唔同咧，佢哋相信有一個嘅共同嘅祖先。
There's a problem called the waiting time problem.
呢度有一個問題叫做人類演化嘅等候時間。
This is how long you have to wait for mutations and natural selection to do something significant.
其實呢個問題就係我哋要等幾耐去讓呢啲嘅突變係可以改變到一啲有用嘅嘢咧。
So you just imagine one enzyme evolving.
而家想像一下一種酵素嘅進化過程。
Assume you already have hundreds of letters in the correct order.
假設已經有幾百個字母按正確次序咁樣排列起嚟。
So these are the instructions for making a new protein.
呢一個次序啱嘅咧，係佢哋愛嚟去指導一啲嘅蛋白質去形成。
Just assume you only need 5 extra letters in the right position.
就假設我哋要呢個嘅序列要加多5個嘅字母落去啱位嘅。
Now this can be modelled in a computer model.
其實呢個可以喺一個嘅電腦嘅程式裏邊去模擬。
And this was done and published in a secular journal.
呢個亦都係做咗嘅，喺一啲嘅世俗嘅科學期刊嗰度發表咗。
And they had to make assumptions to do the modelling.
佢哋需要好多嘅假設去做呢個嘅模擬。
And they made assumptions which were in favour of evolution happening.
佢呢個好多假設都係去假設去令到進化論係有利啲嘅。
In other words, they were generous towards evolution.
即係對進化論比較慷慨啲嘅，佢呢個假設。
And what they found is this. To establish a string of just 2 nucleotides, 2 letters, required an average of 84 million years.
就算我哋要建立一串嘅由2個核金酸嘅序列，平均都需要8400萬年。
According to the evolutionists, we've split from the chimps just 7 million years ago.
根據進化論者嘅講法，我哋同黑猩猩嘅分化只係發生喺700萬年前。
And yet it takes 84 million years to get 2 letters lined up.
但係將2個字母排列成正確嘅位置，需要8400萬年。
If you go to 5 letters, the time exceeds the evolutionary age of the universe of 14 billion years.
如果我哋將需要按正確順序排列嘅字母嘅數量增加到5個，所需要嘅時間係超過宇宙140億年嘅進化年齡。
This is something else that tells us that evolution of humans from a chimp-like ancestor is impossible.
所以呢度其實話俾佢聽，人類要從類似黑猩嘅祖先進化而嚟咧，其實係冇可能。
Another problem for the evolutionary story is this.
進化論亦都有第二個問題。
Genomes are deteriorating.
我哋基因組咧其實係正在退化緊。
These mutations that we get are destroying us.
我哋出現嘅突變咧，其實係傷害緊我哋。
Each generation adds about 100 new mutations to the next generation.
上一代咧平均會將100個突變咧係去遺傳俾我哋下一代。
So our children are more mutated than we are.
所以我哋下一代咧係佢哋嘅突變係嚴重過我哋嘅。
And even secular geneticists like Dr. Kondrashov, Alexei Kondrashov here, recognise the problem.
即使好似列克西、康德拉肖夫博士咁樣嘅世俗嘅遺傳學家，都認識到呢個問題。
He believes in evolution, so he thinks of millions of years of time frame.
佢相信進化嘅，咁佢諗個思維咧都係有億萬年嘅。
So he says, why have we not died 100 times over?
佢話點解我哋冇死過100次以上咧？
So we're going in the wrong direction.
因為我哋係行緊一個錯誤嘅方向。
And here's another thing, that human fitness is declining by 3 to 5% per generation.
人類健康咧，每一代咧得下概3到5%。
This is Secular Journal again, Proceedings of the National Academy of Science.
呢個亦都係呢啲世俗嘅科學期刊嗰度刊登出嚟。
You say, well, how do we live longer then? How come we're living longer than our parents or our grandparents?
我哋點樣可以即係長命啲啊？我哋但係其實喺度退緊步。
It's only because of experimental science as it's applied to modern medicine.
因為我哋嘅實驗科學咧係應用喺一啲嘅醫學上面。
Without modern medicine, many of us would never have survived childhood.
如果冇一個現代醫學咧，我哋其實好多咧都唔可以過到我哋嘅年青嘅時間。
So this is a huge problem.
所以呢個係一個好大問題。
Now, did Adam and Eve have mutations?
究竟亞當夏娃有冇突變啊？
No, they were made perfect by the hand of God.
佢哋係神即係完美嘅創造。
So where do mutations come from?
咁究竟突變喺邊度嚟嘅咧？
When mankind rebelled against God, God withdrew some of his sustaining power.
當人類背叛咗神，神將一啲對人嘅保護拎走咗。
So, and then things started to fall apart.
所以有啲嘢咧係慢慢咁樣去毀壞。
And we began to deteriorate.
所以我哋係一路喺度退化緊。
There's a book about this, Genetic Entropy.
有本書講關於呢樣嘢嘅，佢叫做基因熵。
Dr. John Sanford was a research geneticist at Cornell University.
呢個 Dr. John Sanford 係康斯賴大學嘅一個嘅遺傳學家。
Yeah, a very highly respected geneticist.
好比較受人尊重有名嘅一個專家。
He became a biblical creationist.
佢成為一個即係聖經創造論嘅一個講員。
And so we see that the evidence is all in the wrong direction for evolution.
所以我哋睇到好多嘅證據咧，其實我哋行緊一個係進化論相反嘅方向。
So we talked about us all coming from Adam and Eve.
我哋講緊我哋所有嘅人都係嚟自亞當夏娃。
But we also came from Noah and his family.
其實我哋亦都可以咁講，我哋係嚟自挪亞同佢哋一家。
Noah's 3 sons are the ancestors of all nations.
挪亞同佢3個仔咧，其實係我哋今日所有民族嘅祖先。
I asked AI to do me a picture of Noah and his 3 sons, and that's what I got. So apologies.
呢幅圖係我問，即係叫 AI generate 出嚟嘅。
They look very European, don't they?
佢哋睇嚟就好歐洲樣，係咪？
Is there any evidence we came from 3 men?
有冇證據表明我哋係3個男人嘅後裔呢？
Or rather, 1 man in fact here, because all 3 sons got their Y chromosome from Noah.
或者其實係嚟自一個人咧，因為呢3個挪亞3個仔都係同一個父親啦，挪亞。
So if all the men today are descendants of Noah,
所以如果今日所有男人都係挪亞嘅後裔，
it means that we should share the same Y chromosome information.
咁即係話我哋應該擁有相同嘅 Y 染色體嘅資訊。
There will be mutations which make some differences,
但係因為基因突變咧，我哋會睇到一啲嘅唔同。
but the pattern should point back to 1 man.
但係呢個模式咧，可能會最終指向一個男人。
And when this was done, that's exactly what you find.
呢個就係科學家去做啦，就呢個係我哋係真係我哋發現就係咁樣。
So this is hundreds of men from all around the world. They looked at their Y chromosomes.
呢個圖咧係調查咗上百個男人，咁我哋就得出呢個圖。
And they group into these different groups.
我哋睇到佢哋嘅唔同嘅分支咧，又係有唔同嘅根源嘅，
But they all point back to that spot there,
但係佢哋都指向去最後嘅一點，
which is Noah.
我哋相信係挪亞。
Now, what about the women? Don't leave the women out.
但係女人又點咧？
Our mitochondrial DNA comes from our mothers.
粒線我哋知道粒線體 DNA 係由母親去遺傳落嚟俾下一代。
We don't get mitochondrial DNA from our fathers, we get it from our mothers.
我哋唔會由父親嗰邊遺傳呢個粒線體 DNA， 一定係由母親度遺傳落嚟。
So if you look at the mitochondrial DNA data from all around the world,
所以我哋可以研究即係世界唔同嘅人嘅佢哋嘅粒線體 DNA 嘅資料。
I just want to say one thing more about this.
佢想再解釋多一點喺呢幅圖。
The length of these lines represents how much difference there is.
我哋睇到呢個長度咧，其實就睇到嗰一組嘅佢哋嘅 Y 染色體嘅差異喺邊度。
You can see this arm here has many more differences than, say, this arm here.
所以我睇到呢個比較長嘅分支咧，其實係表示佢哋嘅 Y 染色體嘅差異係大啲嘅。
This means that the mutation rate has not been constant with different groups of people.
所以佢哋嘅突變率咧，其實係唔同嘅，唔一致嘅。
That means you cannot put a precise date on this.
所以我哋唔可以從呢個突變率去定一個時間。
Do you use this mutation rate or do you use this mutation rate? Which mutation rate would you
所以
use?
如果我哋睇究竟我哋揾邊一個係佢嘅突變率嚟計咧，究竟係長啲嗰個定短啲嗰個，我哋唔可以下定論。
But allowing for this range, you get a date which fits with the Bible.
但係喺呢個嘅範圍裏邊咧，我哋都會揾到一個大概啱聖經嘅時間。
So this is the mitochondrial DNA.
呢幅圖就係顯示粒線體 DNA 嘅資料。
Again, you see different lengths of the arms,
所以我哋睇到唔同分支有唔同嘅長度啦。
but you see 3 women here.
我哋睇到中間有3點，呢個係3個女性。
These would be 3 daughters-in-law of Noah.
呢3個就係挪亞3個新抱。
You see, they're not necessarily related.
但係即係我哋可以理解佢三個新抱其實可以唔同，唔係有親戚關係噶嘛。
So they would have different mitochondrial DNA.
所以佢呢3個媳婦其實有唔同嘅粒線體嘅 DNA 資料嘅。
And so we see the DNA patterns in both the Y chromosome and the mitochondrial DNA point to the biblical history.
所以我哋喺呢度睇到我哋嘅 Y 染色體嘅 DNA 資料同埋粒線體嘅 DNA 資料都係指向聖經嘅記載。
But then people ask, well, what about different races? How can we have different races if we all came from the same
但係
stock?
可能有人會問，咁點樣唔同民族點嚟㗎？我哋點樣？究竟佢哋點出現嘅咧？
If we're all descendants of Adam and Noah, how did different races arise?
所以我哋如果我哋都係亞當或者挪亞嘅後代，點解有唔同嘅民族啊、種族啊？
The Bible reinforces that we came from one man.
聖經都係肯定嘅，我哋係從一個人嚟。
Acts 17 verse 26, for one man he, God, made all nations of men that they should inhabit the whole earth.
使徒行傳17章26節，他從一本造出萬族，住在全地，並且預定他們的年限和所住的疆界。
The Bible is clear that we are one human family.
聖經講得好清楚，我哋係同一個家族。
But we had this situation with the Tower of Babel.
但係我哋有一個問題咧，就係我哋即係巴別塔出現咗。
Linguists recognise between 13 and 23 language families.
語言學家公認有13到23個語系。
Noah had 16 grandchildren at Babel.
挪亞喺巴別塔有16個孫。
We also look at the world population growth from Noah's family to today's population.
我哋都可以睇下人口增長率嘅，由挪亞去到今日。
The population increase is less than 0.5% per year.
我哋如果計咧，我哋由挪亞 8個人去到今日咧，我哋嘅人口增長率係少過0.5%。
Many studies have been done on this question of population growth.
好多都研究即係人類嘅一個人口增長率嘅。
And none of the long age scenarios make any sense of the data.
所有嘅呢啲增長率咧，都令到一啲嘅長即係億萬年嘅時間咧，係變咗佢哋係唔合理嘅。
You know, if people have been here for even 100,000 years, where are all the people?
如果人類出現咗10萬年咧，究竟嗰啲人喺邊度咧？
And you know that Darwin's book Origin of Species actually increased racism.
喺達爾文出嗰本書咧，實際係加劇咗人類即係種族歧視呢個問題。
Notice the subtitle.
呢個係其中佢嘅書嘅一個嘅副標題。
He says, on the origin of species by means of natural selection or the preservation of favoured races in the struggle for life.
物種起源透過自然選擇同埋生存嘅競爭裏邊保留咗優良嘅種族。
So with this book, he didn't talk about humans.
喺呢本書咧，佢其實唔係講緊人嘅。
But about 10 years later, he wrote a book called The Descent of Man. Sorry, The Ascent of Man, not The Descent of Man, The Ascent of Man.
但大約10年後，佢寫咗一本書，嗰本書叫做《人類的由來》。
And in that book, he said that the more advanced human races would eliminate the less advanced races.
喺佢書裏邊咧，佢話一啲優良嘅民族會消滅一啲冇咁即係優良嘅民族。
And of course, being a white guy that lived in England, he thought he was the superior race.
所以作為喺英國一個嘅白種人咧，佢會覺得佢哋嘅民族係最優越。
And this sort of thing fueled racism.
喺呢個咁嘅諗法咧，其實係點燃咗一個嘅種族嘅歧視問題。
Stephen Jay Gould, again, is a famous evolutionist in America.
Stephen Jay Gould 咧係一個好出名嘅進化論者啦，喺美國。
And he said this, he said, biological arguments for racism may have been common before 1850, but they increased by orders of magnitude following the acceptance of evolutionary theory.
1850年以前咧，可能已經有唔少關於種族主義嘅生物學嘅論説，但係隨住演化即係進化論啦被接受，呢一個論點咧係倍數咁樣增加。
So mistreatment of people based on racism has been around for a long time.
我哋其實好耐人類一路之前都有對一啲其唔同嘅種族去即係虐待佢哋。
But the adoption of evolutionary ideas gave a scientific justification for racial prejudice.
但係接受咗進化呢個概念咧，係俾呢啲即係歧視唔同種族歧視一個合理嘅科學嘅解釋。
So we can think about skin colour, for example.
我哋諗一諗皮膚顏色，舉個例子。
And we have these descriptions, something like this.
我哋都有呢啲咁簡單嘅稱呼啦，即係好似呢幅圖。
None of which are accurate.
冇一個表達係準確嘅。
But you know, we all have the same skin colour.
其實我哋知道，我哋每一個人唔同嘅人都有一樣嘅膚色。
It's a pigment called melanin.
係一個嘅物質叫做黑色素。
If you have a lot of it, you're a black guy.
睇呢個黑人佢有比較多嘅黑色素。
If you have a small amount, you're a white guy.
所以黑色素少嘅就係白人。
But we all have melanin.
但係我哋所有人都有黑色素。
If you don't have melanin, you have a disease.
如果你體內冇黑色素，你就患有一種叫做白化病嘅疾病。
Caused by mutation.
其實因為呢種病係因為基因突變嘅。
But just to show you how superficial skin colour is, I'll show you something special.
為咗讓你哋明白表層皮膚顏色係點樣，我會為你哋展示一啲特別嘅嘢。
These two brown-skinned parents had these twins.
呢個兩個棕色皮膚嘅父母，佢有一對孖女。
They're obviously not identical twins.
佢哋好明顯唔係同卵雙胞胎。
But there's actually a brochure over there in the tables, I think about.
係啊，我哋嗰度有一張嘅單張咧，可以去睇下，係關於呢個。
Free brochure over there in the tables about these special twins. Yeah.
係啦，嗰度係免費嘅一個嘅單張。
They're now teenagers, the two girls.
佢哋而家已經係年青人啦。
Here's something else to show the trivial differences between us.
另外有啲提到其實唔同嘅人咧，其實好少嘅 唔同嘅啫。
These two fellows were in the army together in Australia. They're in the army together.
佢哋係一齊喺軍隊嗰度服侍嘅，佢哋呢兩個人喺澳洲。
This guy is a Torres Strait Islander, one of the Australian native men. Yeah.
呢個黑人係澳洲嘅原住民。
There's a black guy and a white guy.
呢度有一個黑人同一個白人。
So the black guy, Bill Calbara, needed a kidney transplant.
嗰個黑人有名叫標啊，阿標，佢需要一個嘅腎臟嘅移植。
None of his relatives matched him for a transplant.
佢嘅親戚裏面冇配對到適合同佢進行腎臟移植手術嘅。
So Snow here, I don't know why they call him Snow.
所以呢位叫雪嘅，我好奇怪佢哋點解叫佢做雪。
He said, maybe I could be a match for you for a kidney transplant.
佢話或者我嘅腎臟可以同你配對，適合你做腎臟移植。
And the doctors tested him, and he was a good match.
所以個醫生咧去即係測試咗佢哋係可以匹配嘅。
It illustrates that genetic closeness of white and black.
所以我可以説白人同黑人咧，佢基因係可以好接近。
Inside us, there's not much difference.
其實我哋嘅內裏邊都唔係好大分別。
So this is about race and genetics.
呢個就係關於種族同埋基因。
Science is finally catching up with the Bible.
最尾咧，其實科學咧已經慢慢去可以追得上聖經。
So this is a statement from a secular source.
呢個係一啲嘅科學，即係世俗嘅科學期刊。
The genes that explain the phenotypic differences, that is the appearance, our appearance between populations, only represent a tiny part of our genome, confirming once again that the concept of race from a genetic standpoint has been abolished.
所以但是係決定族群間嘅表型差異嘅基因係屬於我哋基因組嘅一小部分，可以再次肯定呢啲遺傳角度衍生嘅種族概念係唔成立嘅。
Science is finally catching up with the Bible.
所以科學最終係追上聖經。
God made us all for one man.
神創造我哋係由一個人，
And just 6,000 years ago.
只不過係6000年前嘅事。
What about the eye?
究竟睇一睇眼點咧？
We have Asian eyes and Caucasian eyes.
歐洲人嘅眼同埋亞洲人嘅眼
So what's the difference?
有咩唔同啊？
Well, yeah, but you can have Caucasian can have brown eyes too.
其實歐洲人都有啡色嘅眼。
Double eyelid, so there's only one eyelid here. There's no. What's that? This is a fat layer actually in here.
呢度只有一層眼簾，嗰個係咩？其實呢個係一層嘅脂肪。
And it's combined with a thing called the epicanthus, which is a little ligament here. So there's a little ligament that actually attaches there and there.
佢同一種叫做內雙眼皮嘅嘢結合埋一齊，就喺呢度呢條小韌帶連接住呢度同嗰度。
And that ligament pulls the eyelid down, and then you get a fat layer above it, which fills it in.
呢條韌帶將眼簾拉落嚟，上面嘅脂肪層就填充咗眼簾。
Here's the interesting thing. All babies are born with this Asian eye.
有趣嘅係，所有嬰兒出世嘅時候都生成有呢種亞洲人嘅眼睛。
Most Europeans and Africans lose the epicanthus. They lose this ligament about 6 months of age.
大多數歐洲人同非洲人喺大約6個月大嘅時候就會失去內雙眼皮。
And then they end up with an eye looking like this.
所以佢哋長大之後咧，就睇到一個好歐洲人嘅眼。
So here's a pair of Asian eyes, eh? Is that right?
我哋睇呢個眼係咪你大家覺得係亞洲人嘅眼？
Asian eyes? Yeah?
似唔似亞洲人眼？
You probably don't know who that is.
呢個係咩人咧？其實
That's the daughter of Steve Irwin. Remember the Crocodile Man, Steve Irwin? He died some years ago, but that's his daughter, Bindi, when she was a girl. She's now an adult with children.
佢哋有嗰個史提夫艾榮有一個名，有個綽號叫鱷魚先生，大家知唔知啊？咁呢個係佢個女， 佢而家呢個女已經係長大咗，有自己嘅下一代。
This is just to illustrate that Asian eyes can be in Caucasians,
所以我哋其中一個例子啦，我哋如果有亞洲人眼，其實可以係歐洲人嚟嘅；
and Caucasian eyes can be in Asians.
有歐洲人嘅眼咧，但係嗰個人可以係亞洲人。
Here's an example.
呢個有一個例子啦，
Famous Japanese actor.
呢個係一個日本嘅演員，
He has a double eyelid,
佢有一個即係好深嘅雙眼
also,
皮，
also a big nose.
同埋好比較高嘅鼻梁。
He has Western features.
佢個樣咧其實好有歐洲人嘅特徵。
Here's an African lady with Asian eyes.
呢個有一個非洲嘅女士啦，佢有一個嘅亞洲嘅眼睛。
So, what happens in Korea, sadly, is young ladies with Asian eyes want to look like Western models, and they get an operation, a plastic surgery, to remove the epicanthus, and they end up looking like that.
令人遺憾嘅係喺韓國，一啲擁有亞洲眼睛嘅年輕女性想睇落嚟好似西方模特兒咁樣，於是佢哋會接受整形手術嚟除去內雙眼皮，結果就變成咁樣。
Here's a
醫學美容，
Uyghur girl from Western China.
呢個係一個嘅新疆嘅一個女仔。
So these racial categories are generalizations. The racial categories, Asian, Caucasian, African, they're not hard and fast. There's overlap.
所以呢種種族分類只係概括性嘅，種族分類好似亞洲人、白人、非洲人，佢哋並唔係絕對分明嘅，彼此之間有重疊。
And how did they develop? How do you have black people and white people and everything in between?
咁究竟點樣出現咧？點解有白種人、黑人唔同嘅民族
I mean,
咧？
100 years ago, you go to Africa and everybody's black.
大概100年前咧，你去到非洲咧，所有人都係黑嘅；
You go to Norway and everybody's white.
你去到挪威咧，所有人都白嘅。
Why?
點解？
Well, it's like this human choice comes to play.
事情就係咁，人嘅選擇起咗作用。
In the tropics, people come to think black is beautiful because this is associated with health.
喺呢個熱帶嘅地方咧，人哋覺得黑嘅皮膚係美麗，因為佢同健康有關聯。
See, if you have pale skin and you're living in Nigeria in a very, very hot tropical environment,
如果你有好白嘅皮膚，而你住喺尼日利亞，嗰度係一個非常熱嘅熱帶嘅環境入面，
you can end up with skin ulcers, like ulcers in the skin, so the disease of the skin.
你最後會患上皮膚潰瘍。
And so black becomes beautiful.
所以喺熱帶地方咧，黑色係靚。
And so parents are arranging a marriage for their daughter or their son.
所以父母會為自己嘅仔女去安排婚事。
Oh, you should marry this nice black girl. She's nice and healthy, you know.
你應該揀翻一啲黑嘅皮膚嘅女仔，因為佢哋健康啲。
At high latitudes, white is beautiful because it's associated with health.
喺高緯度，白色嘅皮膚好靚，因為佢哋同健康有關。
You have black skin in Norway, you can end up with rickets because of lack of vitamin D.
如果你係住喺挪威，又有黑色嘅皮膚，你最後可能會因為缺乏維他命 D 而患上佝僂病。
And you can see that marriage choices would quickly change a population's gene frequency.
所以我哋嘅婚姻嘅選擇咧，將人類即係將佢基因嘅改變加快。
We're reminded that the gospel is for all nations.
我哋只記得係福音係俾所有嘅民族，
Jesus said, therefore go and make disciples of all nations.
所以你們要去使萬民作我的門徒。
And over in Galatians, the Apostle Paul tells us,
喺加拉太書咧，使徒保羅咁樣講：
in Christ there is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus.
並不分猶太人、希利尼人、自主的、為奴的，或男或女，因為你們在基督耶穌裏都成為一了。
So there's no room in the Christian church for racial prejudice.
所以喺教會裏邊，如果有啲種族歧視，係唔可以接受嘅。
Now, first of all, the Bible tells us God created everybody.
第一點就係神創造我哋所有嘅人。
We're all family, all closely related, because we came from Noah and his family not long ago.
我哋唔同民族其實都係一家人，因為我哋都係 挪亞嘅後代。
And the gospel is for everybody.
另外，福音係俾所有嘅人。
Abraham has promised that his seed would bless all nations, all people.
神應許亞伯拉罕佢嘅後代會祝福萬民，唔同嘅民族。
And of course, the seed of Abraham is Jesus.
當然呢個嘅亞伯拉罕後裔講緊耶穌，
And so he came to bless all people.
耶穌嚟係祝福所有嘅人。
Okay, part 2 of the talk.
呢個係我哋進入第二部分嘅今晚。
What about carbon dating?
究竟碳定年法又點樣呢？
Now, people often mistakenly think that scientists can put a rock in the machine and measure its age.
啲人成日誤以為科學家可以將一塊石頭放入一個機器裏邊，然後就測量到佢嘅年齡。
You know, you can measure its temperature, you just measure its age.
我哋覺得可以量度溫度，同樣我哋會覺得可以量度年齡。
You can't do that.
其實我哋唔可以嘅，
It's not possible.
係唔可能添，
It works like this.
就係好似咁樣運作嘅。
You don't dig up a bone which has a label and saying how old it is.
我哋喺地下挖一嚿骨頭，有冇一個嘅吊牌去表明佢嘅時間幾耐呢？
We have evidence in the present.
我哋今日見到，其實呢嚿骨頭係我哋今日見到嘅證據，
We have assumptions about the past,
但係我哋一定要對於過去有一個假設。
and we do all sorts of measurements on the bone in the present,
我哋喺而家對呢個骨頭做各種嘅測量，
and then we interpret those measurements
我哋去解釋呢啲資料，
according to the assumptions about the past.
其實係根據我哋對於過去嘅假設。
Let me illustrate it very simply.
讓我用一個簡單例子去表明呢樣嘢。
We have a measuring cylinder here with some water dripping into it.
我哋呢度有個量筒，啲水正喺度滴入去。
How long has the water been dripping into the measuring cylinder?
究竟呢個滴水咧喺呢個即係容器裏面滴咗幾耐咧？
If I told you that I measured the rate at which it's dripping and it's dripping at 50 milliliters per hour,
呢個漏水出水率咧係大概1小時50毫升。
how long has it been dripping for to fill this to 300 millimeters?
咁究竟要裝到呢個容器呢個水位咧要幾耐時間咧？
Who says 6 hours? 6 hours?
邊個講係6個鐘頭？
What assumptions did you make?
你有咩假設咧？
You assumed it was empty? Okay. What else did
佢
you
哋假設咗呢個容器一開始係冇水嘅。
What else did you assume?
仲有咩假設要做啊？
The rate hasn't changed?
係啦，嗰個出
Okay,
水
two assumptions.
出水率咧係一路都唔變
There are
嘅。
some other assumptions.
仲有冇其他嘅假設要做咧？
Nobody took any water out.
係啊，有冇人喺中間呢段時間拎走咗啲
Maybe
水？
a bird came and dipped his beak in and drank some of the water.
或者有一個雀仔嚟伸個嘴入去飲咗啲水，
No, you made some assumptions.
佢都其實好多個假設喺度。
What if I told you the rate was 49.5567 milliliters per hour,
或者我咁樣講啦，呢個出水率係49.55567毫升每1小時。
and you redid the calculation?
你可以計呢個嘅時間，
Would it make the assumptions valid?
會唔會將呢個假設即係變得好啲咧？
No, it's the same assumptions and same problems, no matter how accurately you know the rate here at the present.
無論你個出水率要量度到幾準確，其實佢哋所有嘅假設都係要一樣。
So you think about uranium-lead dating, for example.
例如諗下有源測年法，
So we have to make lots of assumptions to do the calculations.
我哋要做好多假設先可以做計算。
I'll just quickly go through the starting amounts for the amount of uranium, the amount of lead.
我哋會好快咁睇下呢啲假設，有嘅起始數量、源嘅起始數量，
No gain, no loss,
冇獲得、冇損失，
and the rate's been constant.
而且衰變率一直保持不變。
It was thought in the past that the assumption of a constant rate of decay was correct.
過去一般人都認為恒定嘅衰變速率係正確嘅，
However, there's now strong evidence that that's not the case.
但係咧，最近有好多新嘅證據咧，係事實唔一樣嘅。
And there's at least 2 papers in secular journals that present clear evidence of an annual variation in the decay rates.
喺即係世俗嘅期刊裏邊咧，最少有2篇文章係提到衰變率咧每年喺度變緊嘅，所以係推翻咗呢個嘅衰變率嘅恆定嘅假設。
So another piece of evidence that the decay rates are not constant is the amount of helium in zircons.
另一個證據就係鋯石裏邊嘅氦氣嘅含量，亦係衰變率並非恆定嘅另一個證據。
So uranium decays to lead and produces 8 helium atoms.
我哋見到鈾佢衰變到完咧，係其實佢放出8粒嘅氦氣嘅粒子。
The helium, because it's a gas, will diffuse out of the rocks.
因為氦氣係一種氣體咧，佢會慢慢喺個石裏邊擴散出去。
Uranium inside a zircon crystal, this is zircon crystals up here.
我哋知道喺鈾咧喺呢個嘅鋯石裏邊咧嘅裏邊有鈾啦。
Will produce the helium inside the zircon crystal.
所以喺嘅鋯石嘅裏邊咧會放出氦氣。
So it will be trapped inside the crystal.
啲氦氣本身咧係會被呢個石頭困住咗嘅。
The amount of helium in the zircons is consistent with constant decay over 1.5 billion years.
鋯石裏邊嘅氦氣含量同15億年嚟恆定嘅放射性衰變係一致嘅。
However, the measured rate of diffusion of the helium in the zircons means that it should almost all be gone. It shouldn't be there.
但係根據鋯石裏邊嘅氦氣嘅擴散率測量嘅結果，氦氣應該幾乎完全消失，佢係唔應該存在嘅。
And the fact that it's still there means that decay has happened very quickly, quite recently.
而佢仍然存在，呢個事實表明衰變發生得非常之快，而且係最近先發生嘅。
The calculations show a 4,000 to 14,000 years time frame.
計算結果顯示咗4000至14000嘅時間嘅範圍。
The diffusion rates have to be 100,000 times less than that measured to get 1.5 billion years of time.
擴散率要比測量嘅少10萬倍，先至可以得到15億年。
Put this into a graph, so hopefully if you don't follow that, you can follow the graph.
我已經將呢啲內容做成圖表，所以希望即使你睇唔明文字描述，都可以透過圖表嚟理解。
So, this is a prediction based on the biblical time frame of the earth.
所以我哋睇到上邊嗰啲點咧，其實就係按一個聖經嘅時間概念去估計嘅。
This is how quickly the helium moves through the zircon.
就係講緊呢個氦氣去離開呢個嘅鋯石有幾快。
You see here with higher temperature, it moves more quickly, which is what you expect.
我哋睇到越高溫咧，佢擴散得越快。
However, if the zircons are actually 1.5 billion years old,
但係如果呢個鋯石真係有15億年咁耐咧，
this is the expected diffusion rate
呢個係我哋要期待嘅氦氣嘅擴散率。
versus the temperature.
呢度係下低唔同嘅溫度，佢有唔同嘅擴散率。
So the scientists measured the diffusion rate. Here is the blue actually is the measured diffusion rate.
呢個藍色我哋見到點咧，其實實際啲科學家係量度呢個氦氣嘅擴散率嚟嘅。
You can see the actual diffusion rate matches the prediction based on 6,000 years.
所以我哋睇到真實嘅數據係同我哋嘅按聖經嘅框架去預期係一樣。
It means that this 1.5 billion years is wrong by a factor of 100,000.
所以呢個15億年嘅假設咧，其實係對我哋真實嘅數據係錯咗10萬倍。
Because the geologists that believe in long ages don't like this.
當然，嗰啲相信漫長嘅地質年代嘅地質學家唔中意呢種講法，
And they fought back against it,
佢哋一齊奮起反抗，
tried to criticise it.
去批評呢啲嘅數據，
But the research was very well done.
但係呢個嘅實驗其實係做得好好。
But one of the critics actually suggested that the potassium argon dating would prove the correctness of this age here.
但其中一個批評者實質地建議甲亞定年法會證明到呢度嘅年齡嘅正確性。
So Dr. Russ Humphreys, who was involved in this research, went back to the lab.
於是參與呢項計劃嘅羅素漢弗萊斯博士返到去實驗室。
And the argon, which is also a gas, gets trapped in these feldspar crystals.
氬氣其實都係即係氣體啦，佢係喺一個叫長石嗰度裏邊韞住嘅。
And yes, they date to 1.5 billion years old.
佢喺測年裏邊被定年係15億年，
But at the present temperature, at that depth, it would take 5,100 years for the feldspar to lose that much argon.
但係喺呢個嘅即係深度咧，其實佢有溫度係313度，咁咧係嗰啲嘅氬氣擴散率咧，其實只係需要5100年，
So this agrees with the helium data.
係同頭先氦氣嘅擴散率係一致嘅。
This is powerful evidence against the assumption of constant decay rates.
呢個係一啲個對於一個嘅恆定嘅衰變論，其實係一個好強烈嘅反對嘅證據。
It also strongly indicates there's been a period of rapid decay recently.
呢個強烈咁表明咗係近期出現咗一段快速嘅衰變期。
So rather than a long time of slow decay,
佢嘅衰變率咧，其實唔係一個好長好慢嘅一個衰變，
there's been a short time of rapid decay.
係一個短時間好快嘅衰變。
This is the only explanation for these data.
呢個係呢啲數據嘅唯一解釋。
But we can look at this from a different point of view.
我哋睇呢度可以從另外一個角度去睇，
We can test radiometric dating techniques.
我哋可以測試下呢個嘅放射性元素呢個技術。
We can ask, do they work reliably on rocks of known age?
我哋可以揾一啲我哋知道呢啲石頭嘅年齡嘅 sample。
And what rocks do we know the age of?
我哋知道邊啲岩石嘅年齡
The ones that are produced by a volcano now.
係而家由火山產生嘅。
So lava comes out and it's melted, it's liquid and it becomes solid. At that point, we have the age of the rock.
所以熔岩出嚟，佢哋係液體，然後變成固體。喺呢個時候，岩石第一次形成嘅時間開始，我哋就可以知道岩石嘅年齡。
And the second question is, do the different techniques agree consistently?
但係另外一個問題就係唔同嘅定年法，究竟佢哋出嚟嘅結果係咪一致呢？
So here's some examples.
咁呢度有一啲例子，
This is several different ones. Here's the actual age.
你哋睇到白色嗰度咧，其實實際呢啲石頭嘅年齡。
And this is how old they are according to radiometric dating.
黃色嗰度就係根據甲亞定年法去定嘅年嘅，
There's the potassium argon dating.
呢個甲亞定年法，
And there's the millions of years.
呢啲都係上百萬年。
So clearly these ages are wrong.
好明顯，我哋知道呢啲嘅黃色嘅時間係錯嘅。
So if we test them on rocks we know the age of, and they're wrong,
就問題就係我哋去測已知年齡嘅石頭，佢哋嘅結果係錯嘅話，
why should we believe them on rocks we don't know the age of?
點解我哋相信我哋唔知年齡嘅石頭嗰啲測年法嘅結果係啱呢？
It doesn't make any sense.
呢啲完全都唔合理。
So if dating techniques are clearly wrong on the rocks of known age, why assume they're right on the rocks of unknown age? This is what we're pointing out here.
所以我哋呢度講緊就係我哋嘅定年法技術，如果喺已知年齡嘅石頭上面顯然係錯嘅，點解我哋要假設佢喺未知年齡嘅石頭上邊嘅測年嘅數據係啱嘅呢？
Now, of course, if they do this dating and get the wrong age,
當然佢哋透過呢種方式計算出嚟錯誤嘅年齡。
they know it's wrong.
如果佢哋知道錯咗，
They can change their assumptions
佢哋可以修改假設，
so that then they can calculate the correct age.
咁樣佢哋可以計算出正確嘅年齡。
But that's not science, that's storytelling.
但係呢個唔係科學，呢個係講故事。
Okay, different dating techniques often disagree.
唔同嘅定年法咧，其實好多時都係有唔一致嘅結果嘅。
This is some research that Dr. Andrew Snelling did when he was working for us in Australia.
呢個係安德魯斯萊林博士，佢喺澳洲為我哋做嘢嗰陣做嘅一啲研究。
The mining company reported on some wood that's found in a drill core.
呢間礦業公司咁樣報告， 佢哋喺鑽心岩入面發現咗一啲木材。
So this is a basalt layer here,
咁呢個就係玄武岩層。
and they said that it was 37 to 58 million years old.
佢哋話佢有3700萬年至5800萬年嘅歷史。
And this wood was at the boundary of the basalt layer and underneath sandstone.
呢個木頭其實係啱喺擲住個界啦，喺玄武岩同埋啲沙岩嘅中間。
And the wood had been affected by the heat of the basalt.
佢啲木咧其實係被嗰啲嘅玄武岩嘅熱咧係影響過，
So clearly the wood is the same age as the basalt.
所以好明顯應該就係嗰個木頭同呢個嘅玄武岩應該係有一個相同嘅年齡。
Dr. Snelling said, wouldn't it be interesting to carbon date the wood?
所以 Dr. Snelling 就覺得，我哋將啲木頭拎去做碳定年，應該幾有趣喎。
Because wood is something you can carbon date.
因為木頭係可以我哋用碳定年去定佢嘅年齡嘅。
What was the result?
究竟個結果係點咧？
37,500 years for the wood.
最尾我哋木頭嘅定年就係37,500年。
And this was reported here. You can look it up on the website.
所以我哋喺我哋嗰個呢個網站咧可以睇到呢啲資料。
Now, of course, we don't believe the wood is 37,500 years old.
但係我哋當然我哋都唔相信呢個木頭有37,500萬年咁老。
We think this would date to the time of the flood.
我哋相信佢嘅年齡應該係去到羅馬洪水嗰段時間。
But let's just have a quick look at how carbon dating works.
我哋都喺呢度好快咁睇一睇碳定年係點樣運作嘅。
So in the upper atmosphere,
喺一個比較高嘅一個大氣層裏邊，
14 nitrogen 14 is converted to carbon 14.
氮14咧會轉成碳14。
It's the effect of cosmic rays on the nitrogen 14.
呢個係宇宙射線對氮14嘅影響。
So the carbon 14 becomes carbon dioxide.
呢個碳14咧最尾會變成二氧化碳。
And of course, it's taken up by plants. The carbon dioxide is plant food.
咁咧嗰啲二氧化碳咧就會被呢個嘅植物吸收咗，因為佢係食物嚟。
And wherever the tree is living, it keeps taking up more carbon dioxide.
如果呢個植物一路嘅係有生命生長緊嘅咧，佢會不斷吸收呢啲嘅二氧化碳。
The same with the grass. The grass here would take up carbon dioxide.
地上嘅草亦都一樣啦，係同樣咁嘅效果。
And then an animal would eat the grass.
一啲動物會食咗呢啲草，
And the animal incorporates some of the carbon 14 into its flesh and bones.
所以呢啲動物咧，因為食嗰啲草咧，佢身體亦都會吸收咗呢啲嘅同樣嘅二氧化碳。
When the animal dies, it stops eating.
但係當呢啲動物死咗之後，佢哋唔再食嘢啦。
And then the decay of carbon 14 happens from the time of death onwards.
所以由佢死嗰一刻咧，呢個嘅碳14就開始衰變。
Like the carbon 14 is decaying all the time, but it's being replaced by being eaten, by fresh carbon 14 being eaten.
佢碳14其實係都有嘅衰變嘅，不過佢一路食嘢咧就補充翻嗰個碳14。
So once it dies, it stops eating, stops replacing the carbon 14 that's lost from decay.
所以佢當佢死咗，佢冇辦法補充啲碳14咧，佢就真正開始衰變。
And so when we come along later, and we can measure the amount of carbon 14 present.
所以之後我哋就可以測量碳14嘅含量。
And you can measure that very accurately.
而我哋係可以非常精確咁樣測量出嚟。
You compare the ratio of carbon 14 to carbon 12.
然後我哋會比較碳14同碳12嘅比例。
And you assume the history.
我哋假設呢個樣本嘅歷史。
You assume, for example, a constant ratio back in time.
例如我哋假設碳14同碳12嘅比例喺歷史上面係恒定嘅。
With all these assumptions, you can only measure the age of carbon-containing things that are thousands of years old, not millions.
基於所有呢啲假設，你只可以測量含碳物質嘅年齡係幾千年嘅歷史，而唔係數百萬。
The theoretical maximum is 90,000 years.
理論上可以測量出嚟嘅最大年齡係9萬年。
More realistically, about 50,000 years.
更實際就係大約5萬年。
So if you find carbon-14 present in something,
所以我哋揾有啲嘢佢有碳14喺佢裏邊，
it's powerful evidence it's not millions of years old.
所以係一個好強烈嘅證據，嗰樣嘢冇億萬年咁耐。
Because something which was 1 million years old could have no carbon-14 present.
如果有一樣嘢有億萬年咁耐咧，嗰裏邊一定冇可能有碳14。
So this is very strong evidence against millions of years.
所以呢個係一個好強烈嘅證據去反對呢個億萬年。
For example, this is a piece of wood found in rock near Sydney.
例如喺悉尼附近有一塊木頭被發現喺岩石旁邊。
So the piece of wood was enclosed in the rock.
呢個木咧其實俾呢個石頭包圍住，
And the rock is supposed to be 230 million years old.
呢嚿石頭咧佢哋定年咧就係2.3億年，即係2億3千萬。
So we thought, we don't believe that wood is 230 million years old.
但係我哋覺得嗰啲木頭冇2億3千年咁耐喎。
We made a prediction that it would be buried during Noah's flood.
我哋預測佢係喺挪亞洪水期間被掩埋嘅，
And therefore, it would contain carbon-14.
所以我哋相信佢裏邊有碳14喺度。
What happened? We got it tested at the carbon dating laboratory, and this is the age.
所以我拎去實驗室咧去量度佢嘅碳14含量，就係呢個得出呢個結果。
According to the carbon dating system.
根據碳14嘅定年，就有呢個年齡，就係34000年。
It's powerful evidence against the rock being 230 million years old.
係一個好強烈反對呢個石頭有2億3千萬年咁耐。
Carbon-14 is also found in diamonds.
碳14咧亦都喺鑽石嗰度可以揾到。
The age of these diamonds, for example, is supposed to be 1 to 2 billion years.
例如呢啲鑽石嘅年齡，據稱係10億至20億年之間。
But scientists in the United States had these tested, and they have an age of about 58,000 carbon years.
但係有啲美國嘅啲科學家去攞呢個鑽石去碳定年咧，佢哋得出嚟嘅年齡就係58000年。
You can't put carbon-14 into a diamond after it's made.
我哋唔能夠即係一嚿鑽石形成之後，我哋唔可以再將一啲碳14加入去。
It's impossible to contaminate them with carbon-14.
佢亦都唔會被碳14去污染嘅。
Coal.
煤又點咧？
Coal seams all have the same amount of carbon-14.
喺呢度唔同嘅煤層咧，有相同嘅碳14含量。
Why? Because they all formed in Noah's flood.
點解？因為佢哋都係挪亞洪水嘅時候形成。
People try to claim that it's contamination.
好多人都用污染啊，就去解釋呢啲嘢。
But the carbon-14 dating method actually checks the contamination.
但係碳14呢個嘅方法咧，其實係去測試佢有冇污染。
It's a bit technical, but they look at the carbon-13, carbon-12 ratio.
呢個解釋係有啲技術性，但係佢哋會睇碳13、碳12嘅比例。
So carbon-13 is a stable isotope, not carbon-14. So carbon-13, carbon-12 ratio they look at.
碳13係一種穩定嘅同位素，碳14唔係，所以佢哋睇嘅係碳13、碳12嘅比例。
Carbon-14 is radioactive.
碳14係放射性嘅，
Carbon-13, carbon-12 are not radioactive.
碳13同碳12唔係放射性嘅。
They look at the ratio of these two and they can tell if it's contamination.
佢哋睇呢兩樣嘅比例就可以知道有冇污染。
The technique they actually check for contamination.
其實呢個技術係真係我用嚟嗰樣嘢有冇被污染到。
So somebody who says it's contamination does not know what they're talking about.
有人講話呢一個發現係因為污染咧，其實佢哋唔知自己講緊乜嘢。
Here's something else.
呢度有另外一啲嘢。
This is 60 old samples, millions of years old.
呢個係60個舊樣本，有幾百萬年歷史。
Bone, wood, coal, marble.
骨頭、木材、煤炭、大理石，
Right across 600 million years of supposed time.
橫跨所謂6億年嘅時間。
All of these have carbon-14 present in them.
所有呢啲樣本喺佢哋入面都有碳14。
There should be no measurable carbon-14 in any of these samples.
但係呢啲樣本入面應該冇任何可以測量到嘅碳14。
So someone might say to you, carbon dating proves things are millions of years old.
有啲人可能講碳14其實係支持呢個億萬年嘅喎。
There are two things you can think about this.
但係我哋可以從呢兩方面去考慮。
First thing is they don't know anything about what they're talking about.
第一樣嘢根本佢哋唔知自己講緊乜嘢。
And the second thing is that carbon-14 is very powerful evidence against millions of years.
另外一個因為碳14係一個好強烈嘅證據去反對呢啲億萬年。
You can go and read more information about it on creation.com. Some of the articles are in Chinese. We have some books here. This is the deep time deception. Goes into a lot of this material I've been talking about with radiometric dating. I think you'll find.
係，佢哋可以去 creation.com 裏面有更多嘅資訊資源關於呢個題目，亦都有一本好推介大家睇嘅書，呢本叫《諜探深邃時間》，裏面亦都會有提到呢啲放射性差連法啊、碳14等等呢啲嘅資訊嘅資料嘅，仲有其他都有嘅。
There's also chapters in the answers book.
亦都係我哋嘅其中一個 chapter， 其中一個章係呢個創世答問裏面都有提到差連法嘅。
There's a chapter on radiometric dating for carbon dating.
係裏面會有講到碳差連法、放射性差連法。
And it covers a lot of the material I've been talking about here.
佢入面會提到好多頭先我哋提到嘅嘢，如果想溫書可以嗰度睇。
There's also a chapter on the origin of races.
亦都有關對民族人類嗰啲種族嘅起源，即係點解今日咁多種族嘅咧？如果亞當夏娃我哋祖先，咁嗰本書都有提到。